What's up, lucky gamers? Today we're going to be talking about Arcana, aka Hermes, and our A to Z Dislyte guide. So, Arcana is a fighter. It's odd to typically some people think of him as a controller because of the amount of like AP stealing that he has, especially when it comes to his S3, where it deals damage equal to 90% of attack to all enemies and steals one buff from each target. And when you ascend him, he gains 30% AP per buff stolen. When you level this up, it can go all the way up to 110% extra damage, and you can reduce this down one turn, bring you this ult to 4 turns, you can get it. So where would you ever use this? This is where, you see a lot of people using Gabriel, you have a lot of people who have immunity buffs, the shield. You can steal those buffs away. He gets AP from that. That way he can follow up with his next attack. This is, this is really good for also, like, if you're just the meta right now, it's going towards, like, having shields with a new need, invincibility. This is where a buff stealer is going to be really strong, especially for this meta. So this is a character that you want to think about leveling if you have him, right? Because he's going to be very beneficial, because we're about to go into a very buff heavy meta for PvP. And so with this S2, where if you get that AP steal, you can push him up. He launches a 2-pronged attack on an enemy target, each dealing damage equal to 90% of attack with a 60% chance of inflicting stun for 1 turn. The final attack steals 25% AP, which was shared team-wide. So he's another unit who can, benefit with the rest of the team, give them some AP. And then when you level this up, he can increase the damage up to 100%, give a trigger chance of 75% for that stun, and then reduce this by 1 turn. So again, something to deal with AP. Another good thing, you can push up your team a little bit. While there's other, Espers you can do this as well. This is another one that can do it. You can also stun a unit whom you don't need to attack, especially because you're going to be building Arcana very fast, because you want him to steal those buffs, then push the AP up. So this is going to be a good one to lead into a character, stun, steal the AP, push your team up a little bit, and then with the S1, deals damage to an enemy equal to 100% of attack with a 50% chance of inflicting miss rate up for 2 turns. This is a good ability. There's nothing wrong with miss rate up. It helps lower the amount of damage that they can do to you. You can get the trigger chance up to 75% when you max it out, which is pretty good. It almost makes me want to put, like, a counter set on him, but you really do need the accuracy. But if you can afford to get the accuracy up really high without the accuracy set, then I would say a counter set would be good, because countering with miss rate up at 75% is a pretty high chance, right? You can make him a little tanky, especially since he's just stealing buffs and stunning somebody. He could be a really interesting unit with the counter. So the strategy of the buffs that people are putting on him is attack with crit rate, attack with HP, speed, or accuracy. So the attack and crit rate, what is okay, right? Because he gets some, pretty decent scales of his abilities. But me personally, I'm going to use him more so as a controller, so I'm going to want to put the speed accuracy on him. Even if he can hit hard, then his base is going to be alright. I want to make sure that he can land, because you need accuracy to steal buffs. You need accuracy for the stuns. And so since I need accuracy for that, I need to make sure that I have my accuracy as high as I can at 80%, because you want to make sure that you get that AP push based off of stealing those buffs. So I want to make sure that I can steal every buff that I can whenever I ult with him. So, I'd probably say speed HP is really good if you can get that accuracy up as high as 80%. If you can't do that with what you have, then you need to put the accuracy set on him. I think speed is really nice, because other than that, I don't really feel that he's a very tanky unit personally. So I feel like he needs a little bit of that health on him, maybe some defense. I think this is really, a very direct offensive way to play, but it's not the way that I feel Hermes would be played in his most successful way, right? And again, you can always look at people's performance. You can see how he performs. Right now, he's performing all right in Point War, right? They have him mixed up with the Chloe, because that's, honestly a buff stealing team. That's a lot of people are using him with. But we can go ahead and look and see how these abilities work. So, how you want to do, you see the enemy is buffed up. So that's where you're gonna hit the S3.
Stuff, by the way. Cheers.
Steal those buffs. You get the AP push. You pretty much are gonna be guaranteed if you're stealing, you know, at least 3 buffs, you know, you get up to 90%. If you steal 4, then you're automatically gonna go, like, you're gonna have an extra turn. That's where you can follow up, hit somebody who's a main target, hit them with the 2, hopefully get the stun, and then you can finish up from there, get the miss rate ups on everybody. We can pretty much buff this out. Oh, we can't do it. But that's where I see the strength in this unit. You get to steal those buffs, you get the AP push, you get to go next. You get to stun somebody who's a target with that. Basically, you're getting an extra turn on your ult if you have that accuracy pretty high. So that is where I see the strength of this unit. Performance-wise, obviously he does better against actual Espers who are buffing up. You can use him in story if you're going against a team who has a really buff-heavy, like, enemies. Bosses you could possibly steal some of these buffs from. Again, he does push with AP. I don't see him really, like, you know, being somebody who's like a huge DPS lead, but at least stealing those buffs, getting them off the enemies, pushing himself, stunning somebody. I see that more so for PvP, but it's possible for the story. But that's pretty much all I have for Arcana. Again, a really short one. Just want to get kind of straight to the point with these guys. Just letting you guys know where you can use them, who you can use them with. Now, if you're wanting a team that you can build this unit with, you want to use it with somebody who can take advantage of you stealing those buffs, right? So you want to use like an AoE burster if you're taking away their defense buffs, or you can even partner with Chloe to make sure the whole team's buffs are stripped, because we're going to go against teams who have a lot of buffs right now, because you already have people using Gabby, right? And that's 2 buffs right there. People are going to use Need, that's another like buff for the shield. People use immunity on, so you're probably going to want to use Arcana with a lot of other buff stealing people. That way you can have your cleaver just come up, sweep them right on up, and just keep those buffs off of them, right? And then you can just use the stun on Arcana to stun somebody. That way another DPS can pretty much kill them, get them out the way. So I would just use it with somebody like that, somebody who you can partner with to steal buffs. Like, again, Chloe's really good right now. You know, you can even use Hades Hide with him, right? He has also an AoE steal, so if you're using those units and you have somebody to protect you, you can push up, stun somebody who's going to be a threat to your team, and then take them out, then you're pretty much good. But again, that's all I have for Arcana. So I'm going to go ahead and catch you guys later. You lucky gamers, have a good one. Lucky luck.